Just copying the angels. I'm gonna be reacting to 8, reacting to 9 ridiculously shit Pixar ripoffs. Let's get started. I'll turn this off.
Hi, Hyun here with League of Legends. Are you gonna be saying wow every time you play this video game? Now look at this, I'm a blind monk. What?
Yeah. Thanks for the disclaimer,
If
buddy.
there's one thing that Disney knows, it is the power of a trusted brand.
That's
Aside from
true.
shelling out billions of dollars to purchase the powerhouse Star Wars and Marvel Cinematic Universe franchises, Disney has long had a relationship with Pixar, which became a subsidiary in
Disney owns
2006.
Marvel. I
But
think
if you're not Disney,
Stanley
you cannot
does.
rely on your vast stable of original characters
Jesus.
across
I
multiple
think my
properties
favorite
and
one is
platforms.
the Hunchback
It
of
doesn't mean
Notre
you can't
Dame.
still cash in. Just enlist the services of a questionable animation house, change up a few details, and release your own thinly veiled ripoff. Hey, if it works for superheroes, as we've discussed on this channel before, then certainly it can work for some of the most
Here's
beloved
one of my
animated
also
properties of
favorite
the modern
movies,
age.
Up.
So today, we're
I
going
don't know
over
about
9
Cars. I
ridiculously
think it's
shitty
a
Pixar
decent
ripoffs
movie.
with a few bonuses.
Yep. 9.
Kiara the Brave / Super K and Braver. Released in
Sounds
2012,
like a video game.
Pixar's Brave tells the story of a medieval Scottish princess, Merida, who is determined to not go through with a forced marriage. With the help of a witch, she turns her mother into
Actually
a
found out
bear,
there was a
before
Disney
realizing that
Pixar
this is probably
theory.
not the best play.
Just want to go check
She
that
must
out.
try to reverse
You
the
can look
spell
it up
while
on
staving off
YouTube.
war with the rival clan, reconciling with her mother, and standing up for a woman's right to marry when and whom she chooses. It's a bit of a dense plot by Pixar standards. Though not the most well-received Pixar offering, Brave was the victim of not one, but two
It's like she got an
ripoffs.
interview
The
of
first, an Indian
police.
film titled
She's like,
Super K,
I
bore
was the
virtually no
victim of
resemblance to the
another
Pixar film,
movie.
being the story of a boy superhero who must protect their realm, Dream Zone,
The
from a mad
animation looks
scientist.
real.
Fortunately for production house Shimaru Entertainment, the story featured a tangential character named Kiara, who happened to be a red-headed princess. It was therefore released the video in the US under the title Kiara the Brave, with cover art featuring only Kiara, despite the character having little to do with the story.
Wow.
British studio Brightspark
You
went the more
wanted to make
direct route, with their
Kiara
direct-to-video
the
feature
main character,
Braver,
but you failed
which is a very
miserably.
similar story with a near-identical title that we are shocked did not inspire
Brave.
a lawsuit from its cover art alone. Despite this obviously CGI-influenced cover art, the film itself is a 2D traditional animated affair, which actually looks more like a ripoff
That
of
looks
the
like
traditional
one of
Disney
those-
style. Disney went so far as to threaten legal action against
I
Brightspark,
think
but
it's
so
using
far,
the same
nothing has
animation
happened.
as another show I saw. Alright. Alright, number 8.
A Cars Life / Little Cars. The Cars franchise has long been
Cars
something of a
Life?
black sheep of the Pixar family, with serviceable animation and less in the way
Cars
of
Life?
storytelling chops and emotional
You
depth.
can already tell this is gonna be a ripoff.
Nevertheless, the series has likewise been plundered by more than one shoddy animation house looking to make a quick buck. First up is A Cars Life, a title which you may recognize as a mashup of two different Pixar properties, all the better for maximum confusion on the part of overworked parents. With animation barely worthy of an in-house animatic and voice acting that can be charitably described as gas leeches.
Gas leeches.
Amateurish.
Gas
A Cars
leeches.
Life roughly apes the plot of the Pixar film, while looking and sounding a magnitude crappier. Perhaps because all the CGI looks pretty much the same to infants and small toddlers, the movie was successful enough to spawn 2 even crappier sequels of its own.
Wow.
Next, we have the first but certainly not the last appearance from notorious Brazilian animation house Video Brinquedo, which
Oh, they
traffics
made
readily
this?
in blatant
Video
ripoffs,
Brinquedo?
apparently rendered on
Video
the oldest, cheapest
Brinquedo, I
computers they
think
could
that's how you
possibly
pronounce
find.
their name.
The Little Cars similarly regurgitates Pixar's story while somehow manages to fall short of the more superior ripoffs, let alone the original in terms of quality.
Oh no, even my niece gets overheated!
Despite the bargain basement aesthetic, the film became inexplicably popular in Brazil, spawning no less than 5 sequels. Are you
Holy
kidding
shit.
me?
5 sequels?
Ratatouille.
Oh, this is obviously a
Speaking of
ripoff.
Video Brinquedo, Ratatouille has the distinction of possibly being the absolute worst film on their universally crappy
Oh my
roster.
God.
It is obviously meant to be a ripoff of the Pixar movie
This looks
Ratatouille,
stupid.
but it doesn't even get
Oh
that
god,
right.
oh god,
Rather
get it
than
away,
being
get away,
narcissistic
get
to a
away.
human chef, as in the
This is
original
a
film,
monstrosity
the
that it
title
has to be
character
put out of
Ratatouille
its
is simply a
misery.
mouse who owns a restaurant, cooking for other mice.
Put it out of its misery, please.
Chef, my usual compliments for tonight's exquisite dinner. It's marvelous.
Just really, those are beer capsules. I want to die.
Involves some kind of plan to steal his recipes, but you likely won't even make it that far to care, due to the blinding headache caused by the flagrantly terrible animation. The trailer showcases what probably constitutes every animation available for each character against a plain white background, intercut with what must be scenes from the movie, but will look more like an incomplete final project from the world's most sleep-deprived computer animation students. Like most Video Brinquedo releases, Ratatouille saw a video release in the US, where it was likely most sought out by intelligence agents, seeking a novel form of psychological torture. If any parent seriously considers buying this for their children, we submit that there are far more humane ways to punish your kids.
I think this might be the worst movie I've seen.
Wings.
Tonight on Wings! Who cares?
If Cars is the black sheep of the Pixar family, then Planes is the uncle in prison. Though it was originally scheduled for
Cars
a
is the black
direct-to-DVD
sheep of
release, the
Pixar
spin-off of
film,
Pixar's
then
least
Planes
loved
is the
series got a
uncle in prison.
2013 theatrical release and turned a healthy enough profit to inspire Lionsgate, a somewhat reputable studio, to dip their toes into the mockbuster pool with their
Lionsgate would do
rip-off,
this.
Wings. It is hands down the Ferrari of animated mockbusters, meaning that the animation, while certainly not approaching Pixar, doesn't suck quite as badly as one might expect from the rip-off of Planes, for crying out loud. The surprisingly professional and coherent voice acting is even supplied by some recognizable talents such as Hilary Duff and Rob Schneider. Note that we did not say you'd recognize them in a good way. Given its recognizable, if comparatively cheap corporate
those are
gene
3D
and largely
glasses.
forgotten source material, it's safe to say that Wings may very well be the only mockbuster in existence that could legitimately be mistaken for the real thing.
I can't blame you.
What's up? Balloon to the rescue.
Okay.
You may recall an
I know. I already know what this is gonna be.
Sinister Squad
Rip off
and
of
Avengers
Pop.
Grimm, as perhaps being the only example of a mockbuster studio ripping off one studio for a film that serves a sequel to another film.
I'm gonna react to that
studio.
later today, guys. I promise.
We were wrong. Somehow, those rebels at Video Brinquedo
Rebels?
found a way to make a sequel to Little and Big Monsters. They're a rip-off of DreamWorks' Monsters vs. Aliens by ripping off Pixar's Up for the
so they ripped off
titled,
2
What's Up?
movies.
Balloon to the Rescue. At least that's how it's billed. They can pretty much say whatever they want because neither of these films make a lick of damn sense.
Yeah.
Junkie camera made in China. Battery dead already.
Arigato.
What?
No problem, but arigato is Japanese. I'm Chinese. My name is Ching Ling.
But he's
Sure,
speaking
there's an old
English.
man and a flying house tied to a hot air balloon, which is
Feels
I
like you
guess,
just
more practical
stabbed
than
him
hundreds
with a
of little
microphone.
balloons, especially from an animation standpoint.
Yeah, this is
And there are
terrible.
monsters because this is ostensibly a sequel to a movie about monsters, but don't try to make any sense of it. Just revel in the dire straits, money for nothing era
Oh my
CGI,
God.
confused and fried and broken English voice acting.
It's just you and I.
The correct phrase is me and you.
And the sounds the monsters make.
Oh god. Oh man.
Up may have a heartfelt and emotional story, great characters, and brilliant animation.
That's true.
But it doesn't have that.
Yeah, it does not have that at all.
Sharkbait. Or perhaps not. Sharkbait was a joint US-South Korean production that
I
likewise
always thought
sported
it
a
was
comparatively
Shark
huge
Tale
$10
for some
million
reason, 'cause it had the
budget,
same-
was distributed in the
'cause it
UK
looked
by
like it was
Warner
a
Brothers
CGI
and the US
movie.
by the Weinstein Company, and had bona fide voice talent on board. All of this
Just
in
on a
service of a
boat.
story that shamelessly plunders elements from several popular films, including Finding Nemo, The Little Mermaid, and of course, Shark Tale.
Oh my God,
Although
they
the
ripped
title
off
was only
3
a
movies
blip off
today.
from that DreamWorks film, the plot borrows most heavily from Nemo. An obnoxious little orange fish loses his parents and enlists the help of some friends to find them, including a goofy blue fish who is male, just for the slight differentiation from the source. The budget was obviously blown
So
on
they
the
gender
cast,
swapped
including
Dory.
Evan Rachel Wood, Rob Schneider,
Again.
and Andy Dick. Long before
Ugh,
the animators were even
that's-
hired,
that has
the
to be
animation
killed.
is worse than bad. It's wrong. It looks
The
as though
animation
someone
is
with
worse
no
than
animation
bad.
experience or desire to be an animator was forced to learn the skill at gunpoint. Unsurprisingly, the film was panned mercilessly upon its theatrical release and grossed only a few
my
million
God, that's
more
the
than its
funniest
meager
stuff I've
budget.
ever heard
It
of.
stands with Planes as one of 2 experiments in
Frankenstein,
major
baby.
mockbusters. Experiments which we hope are never repeated.
You ain't kidding. Alright, never play. We're almost done.
Bug bites and ants life.
And Ansel.
In the late 90s, there was a brief trend of very similar films being released by competing studios.
To be honest, I don't know why people
Impact,
rip off movies
Volcano,
that
and
are
Dante's
popular.
Peak. And of course, DreamWorks
Maybe they
Ants
just
and
wanna
Pixar's A
get
Bug's
money.
Life. Tiny outfit Sterling Entertainment took advantage of the potential for confusion and their ancient computers to produce Bug Bites and Ants Life, ambitiously ripping off 2 popular films while not so ambitiously looking like a
Oh my
kindergarten's
god.
art
Oh
project come to life.
god.
The incredibly lazy and
Oh,
occasionally
look,
disturbing
this
animations
looks
are complemented
terrible,
by
man.
backgrounds that sway and wobble in a sick, drunken fashion.
Yeah, a sick,
Perhaps a window into the
drunken
mind state of whoever animated this.
This looks terrible.
The movie background music
It
is
looks-
similarly more
this
unnerving
looks
than cheerful.
stupid.
With a little more effort and minimal tweaks to the tone,
Those
there might have been
lizards.
an effective animated
looks
horror
stupid.
shorts buried here somewhere. This beast was dumped directly to
This looks so
DVD,
stupid.
interspersed with some public domain cartoons, all of which
The
viewers found to
animation
be
is
of
wrong.
significantly higher quality
Oh,
than the
God.
movie itself. Not that
Oh
that's saying
god.
much,
Oh
really.
god, they're having sex. We need to get out of here. Too.
Tiny robots. If you squint, you can see
Two
how the
tiny
character
robots.
designs in Video Brighetto's magnum opus Tiny Robots kind of
So
resemble
they're basically
those
ripping
of the
off
robots in
Wall-E.
Wall-E. The Pixar film's characters
another
were
one of my
easily
favorite
simple by their
movies.
standards, and it appears as though the animators behind Tiny Robots put some effort into making their designs similarly clean and futuristic. Well, make that all of their effort, because it's obvious that none was applied anywhere else. The backgrounds, simplistic as they are, can seem to flicker and weaver, even in parts of the trailer, which we have to assume use the most polished scenes. The human characters look like bare blobs, and the villain appears to be loosely modeled on a Darth Vader figure that must have been lying around the studio. It is impossible to ascertain the plot
must
from
have
the
been
trailer,
lying.
even though it tries
It says like, hey, you want to rip off Star Wars too? Yeah, I've got a Darth Vader that's lying around the studio. I'll go get it.
It's very hard. Unfortunately, the IMDb page is of no help. Or is it? The apparently official
I feel like the guy
description
talking is
simply,
that guy with the
quote,
glasses.
"This is a shitty movie about a dumb thing." Unquote.
This is a shitty movie about a dumb thing. Okay.
Toys.
Toys.
AKA Toys Story.
Oh my god.
Finally,
They just
we
basically
managed to
copied
think
the
of a
word,
ripoff
but
of
they added
Pixar's
an
first
S
ever
to
feature
toys.
by impressively prolific German mockbuster studio Dingo Pictures. Toys,
Dingo
also known
Pictures?
as Toys Story for the grammatically challenged,
This looks so
presents the adventures of
stupid.
some talking toys lost out of town. We think our German isn't that great. But to confuse this
Is
train
this
wreck
Dingo
for its source
Pictures?
material, one would have to be
Is
not
that,
only
is
deaf,
that
but
Dingo
blind as well.
Pictures' son?
To call the animation bottom shelf would be an insult to bottom shelves everywhere and everything on
Oh
them.
god, they're running away
Hastily
from the
drawn
bottom
characters and
shelves.
clunky animations are reused over and over.
Yeah.
And the producers seem to have relied solely on artists who have been in coma since the 1970s. This animation style lends a surreal,
It's
disjointed
the adopted
feel to
one.
the proceedings at the rapid-fire, unintelligible dialogue, for English speakers anyways. It does nothing to help. Dingo Pictures
There's
are
Dingo
notorious
Pictures.
for reusing many of the
That
same
old
backgrounds
man.
and character animations, not only within the same film, but
Father,
in all
I
of their films.
tried.
So if you like the vibe of toys, we encourage you to check out the
Oh
rest of
my
the catalog.
God.
And would like to inquire out of pure curiosity what the
Hey,
hell
Joker.
drugs you're on.
Okay, I have to admit, I think probably the most rip-off is Ratatouille. Also the one with What's Up to the Rescue. I think they just copied the word. But anyways, if you guys have any more videos I should watch some, I'll see you guys later.